Hello, hello. Of course, I need to and where is it? Capture card. Oh, it just took some time to generate there, I guess. This is bright, so I'm gonna have to tone that down for myself. I love how the thing looks like on Twitch. Streaming art. That's the stream title is also the category. Art. Kind of like Fox. Vulpes. Hello to you, Ryoku. And I do have plans for this art tonight. I have plans. I have references, sort of. I have the image in my head. It's just getting it out of my head accurately. It goes alright. It was a little chillier today than it's been. Had to break out the old jacket. Alright, let's get a little fancy. Not that, drawing guide. Perspective. About there, maybe. Not sure. Actually, I'm not sure I really need this for what I'm planning. Not gonna be that fancy. Alright, so let's go with symmetry for the moment as I get the centerpiece. Been a refreshing change weather-wise. It's been raining non-stop. You love the rain. You like going and walks in the rain. I can't say I agree on that. Can't say I relate. I don't like. I mean, I like the smell of rain. To like the smell after it's rained, but I don't like being out in the rain. I like being inside during a thunderstorm, but that's the sound. Yeah. So this is now I have to pick which type I want to do. This, I guess, with the rocks, because I like rocks. Let's get down the I may have to make this canvas wider for what I'm doing. I need to make it wider. Maybe shorter, I don't know. And of course it would do that. Snapping. Snap it in the middle. Make it a little shorter. About there, maybe. As long as you have cover, it's comforting. Suppose if I had enough of an umbrella that I didn't get wet. I just don't like getting wet. I have gone to great lengths to avoid getting wet, actually. Today's art is a bit of a summer thing, as summer is petering out. A last ode to summer, I guess. You could probably guess the two characters it involves. Just, you know, from what I've been doing lately, you could probably guess that. Okay, it's about here. This is like super basic sketch. It is not a hat. It's just a guide for what I'm going to put over top of it. Alright, little rocks. You'll be happy to wear your sweaters. I don't really have any sweaters because the fabric is too scratchy for me. They don't usually. It's hard to find a soft sweater. Real hard to find a soft sweater. I have like one. That's an actual sweater. Because I don't have to get too fancy on the rocks just yet. I drew that rock a little too round. Now it looks like a little dinner roll and I want to eat it. Alright. There's so many ways to construct a fire. Need to expand your sweater collection? I often think about that concerning my shirts, like I need more than Shadow the Hedgehog shirts. Or at least I need to buy more new shirts that aren't Shadow the Hedgehog. I do have not Shadow shirts, so you know. It just seems to be most of what I've been buying lately. Oh. And I haven't even bought all the Shadow shirts yet either. Some of them are like, I don't know about that one. And, that's a lot of money spending on shirts when I have plenty of shirts. Remember when you went through a big phase of Overwatch, had like 15 shirts? I'm not sure I'm up to 15 yet for just Shadow. And I do have a Team Dark shirt. I do have one Omega shirt. Glad I got it before they redid the shop, because it's not there no more. Like, we need more Omega representation, people. Half the time he's getting excluded. But we've been getting more lately, so that's good. How do I want to draw the wood positioning? The question is, which is the easiest? Suppose I can just kind of do a random arrangement, as they'll be mostly covered up by fire anyway. Missing around a fire when you used to camp with friends. Only camping I did was with the family as a kid. And it wasn't, I don't know that we camped like in the tent like that. Very much at all. We had a camper for some time. And we'd also go to a place called went to Jellystone Park a number of times. That's the Yogi Bear park. You live in rural, so you never had to travel far. Did once get chased by jerks with air rifles and they stole your alcohol. Oh my, that's horrible. That's just dirty. Stealing the alcohol. some reason, the auto mod cited jerks was a swear word. Oh, technology. Sometimes you wonder. Yeah, no auto mod can't tell context, that's for sure. I need to stop looking at all these campfire illustrations and just draw the stupid logs. Because it's not that serious. It's cartoony anyway, so. Just draw one going this way. And one going the other way. Like a couple of giant, extra thick macaroni noodles. One year you built a bonfire pile so dense the heat melted the street light. Oh my. Now that's a feat. Couldn't imagine getting too close to that. And I'm just gonna copy paste. It's gonna be covered in fire. No one's gonna notice or care but me. That may be too much fire. Anyway, that's a little excessive. Maybe. Hydrate. Ah. You know, if there is such a thing as excessive fire, though, I think you've proven that. When it melts the street light, that's excessive. A tad. Just a tad. Found a capsule of chewing gum that contained caffeine, and oh boy, if you gave that to a Victorian child, it would blow them up. Oh my. It just might do so. It might blow me up, actually. Half the time I feel like the Victorian child me thing. How I react to things. I'll work on the fire later. Not important right now. Need to draw People around the fire. Probably should have looked up very specific reference for sitting around a campfire. You know, where they have those little log seats. Yeah, like so. Boop, boop. I just down a bit. All right. 𝗖𝗛𝗟𝗑𝗦. They might be a little too big. Sound of wood crackling and burning. Need to listen to some campfire ambiance now. Yes, I love that sound. I like a lot about fire. If you couldn't tell by now. There we go. It looks pretty good. And the nice thing about this is it'll be at night. So a lot of things I can just, color out in black or really dark. I don't have to worry about details. Alrighty. Nah, I haven't tried the Crossworlds beta yet. I don't know that if I will. I may just wait for it to come out. So I'm already, there's already spoilers everywhere. Like, I don't want to know everything they say before I play the game. I want to be surprised, pleasantly surprised. Doo-doo-doo. And it'd be also finding time because I got plenty to do already. Like plenty to do, like family Fortnite matches. I've not been playing as much lately. I'm too been busy. Need to make up, get the experience points and all that. There's my reference sheet. There we go. That's a bit much. Well, yeah. I see. Your family don't play video games aside from your brother. Parents just have outdated jobs. Well, you see, my dad started playing games when they first came out. When they came out with the arcade games. He was playing those. So he's been gaming for a long time. That's that's how we got started, because he was already playing games. That's how we learned to play the video games, and so when playing stuff like Fortnite, we're generally very coordinated because we're just used to. So we understand each other's way we play games, our play styles. So we just can, operate accordingly. Your dad, Dad used to play video games, and you'd watch. I think he avoids them because he gets easily addicted. Remember, he wouldn't let anyone use the family computer because of Farmville. Oh, Farmville. Farmville, Farmville, Farmville. I had to quit Farmville because I was just sinking too much time into it, and I was driving myself crazy going back and forth on things like, should I keep all my animals lined up in a row or should I let them roam free, you know? And every time I unlocked a new item, I would have to like redo everything to make it fit, make everything look good. And like you have to arrange things in a particular way, but it also has to look natural, which is just a struggle. So I'm like, I need to stop. I need to step away from this. Also, great that you coordinate with your family game-wise. Like playing games together is a great team building activity. Yes, absolutely. You get to learn coordination pretty good there. Get to learn coordination pretty good. Especially quick coordination. Yeah, you have to think fast and act fast. That's it. Plenty of video games build useful skills, and helps you hone them as well. Like it's fun and stuff, but you know there are benefits. There are definitely benefits to it. Now, if you're like on it for 10 hours a day, it starts to lose benefits. Everything in moderation. It's how I became best friends with my friend. Initially, just chatted about cosplay, but then we played Overwatch together. In no time, we were synced together like two AirPods. Now that's a comparison. That's a metaphor to use there. Never heard that kind of a phrase? We need more phrases from modern things like that. Like the old thing is two peas in a pod. Like we got all this new stuff. Let's just use it for new phrases. Like sync together like two AirPods. Drop the joke, we connected via Bluetooth because we're always thinking the same or doing the same thing. That's wild. Sometimes it practically feels like me and my brother have Bluetooth connection. Because, you know, we're constantly doing it. Like, we got the, like, we quote a lot of the same things a lot of the time. And half the time, you know, we know what the other's gonna say or think or stuff. Sometimes we'll just look at each other and, like, we know exactly what the other's thinking without saying it. Just based on the situation. Like, we know we're thinking of the same reference. I need to stop trying to be so perfect about this and just draw. Be messy. I can make it not messy later. I need to get the image down before it leaves my brain. Not that shadow's ever going to leave my brain. But when that happens, funny, comfort, your way of thinking isn't completely alone, yes. Like someone will say something, and we're both thinking of the same thing. Someone once said, I'm a realist, but I'm also an optimist, which is exactly what Silver said. And we both know this person has no idea who Silver even is. And so we just both looked at each other like, he said the thing. Or you go to look at someone, hey! Like, you look at someone to tell them, say something to them, and they're just like, don't. Because they already know what you're gonna say. Or sometimes we'll use, like, random quotes from things as our communication. And anyone listening to us will have no idea what we're trying to tell each other. But we know exactly what we're saying. Our own little code. And I'm really excited for Crossworlds because it feels like they're pulling out all the stops and going all out on this stuff, on the stages, on the character interactions. You're naively optimistic because every day is a chance for things to be better. I'm primarily a realist, but more specifically a hope for the best, prepare for the worst kind of thing. Because if you're prepared for the worst and it doesn't come, then you're relieved. It's like, ew, didn't have to deal with that. It's all cool now. But if it is bad, you're prepared. The only downside to some of these quotes in Crossworlds is I have to watch people misinterpret them and are like, that character, believes this or says that. Like, that's not what he said. I posted one about Shadow. Like, it's not what he said. It's not even close to what he said. Please stop. Every group needs a little jester mascot. Happy to fill that role. Yeah, every group needs someone to bring up the mood. Or silly guy. In Team Dark, that's kind of Omega, even though he wants to blow everything up. He's the silly guy. He's the silly guy who wants to blow stuff up. I'm seeing a few posts about character exchange. I haven't indulged too much yet. I've been attempting to, howdy. I've been attempting to avoid some of it, but stuff pops up and sometimes you just read it before you even, they're like, I shouldn't read this. it's hard. And like, blacklisting words and tags is not even going to do me any good because most of it isn't tagged in the first place. So I would just have to disappear from the internet for a month, and that's not happening. I'll just do my best, I guess. Like, I've seen enough to get me excited and want to play the game. I don't need to see any more. Because if you already know everything, it's like, what's the point of playing this now? It's a nightmare because you want your For You page to be filled of your interest, but it backfires when you want to avoid spoilers. Yes, definitely. Now, I experienced this thing recently because I decided, I've been on this whole alien kick lately, so I'm like, I should watch the movie Alien for once. Since I haven't done that, I actually saw I've seen the second one, at least partly, but I never watched the first one. So I'm like, the last time I was sick and stuck in bed, I'm like, I'll just watch this. And I was bored. Because I already knew through, osmosis or whatever, that what was going to happen for the most part. It took half the movie for things to happen, and then it kind of slowed down again. And the whole suspense of this thing hinges on you not knowing what's going to happen. The scenes already knew that because it's ingrained in popular culture. I was bored. Which is what I'm trying to avoid for Crossworlds, is knowing too much. Which takes some of the fun out of it. Like, there's this one movie. You do enjoy the build-up, I suppose your brain is wild differently. It's just, if I didn't know what was going to happen, it probably would have been fine. Though, I did dip out on, what was that movie? With how I Can't Do That, Dave. I dipped out on that during the opening sequence, and I'm like, this is taking too long. I'm out of here. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to play with my gerbils instead of watch this movie. It was just too slow for me. I couldn't take it. But anyway, there's this one movie called The Village, and it's a movie you can kind of only watch once to get the full proper experience, because once you know the twist, it's just kind of ruined. Probably gonna have to adjust this canvas a few more times just to get everything fit in here, right? Can't wait for Prime 4, I can't wait for Prime 4, I can't wait for Prime 4! We probably won't get it, but I would love if they gave us multiplayer again. I loved the multiplayer in Echoes. The multiplayer in Echoes was our Fortnite. Me, my brother, and dad played that so many times. Brother was good at being very sneaky to grab the super missiles so that he could annihilate us. Probably shrink these logs so they're not so tiny looking. They're a little more comfortable. Ooh, ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, 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 ba-dum. They're already bigger than the logs in the fire. Been playing a lot of Helldivers 2 lately. And we got a lot of bug hunting in Fortnite right now. Probably what it's inspired by. Though I can't help but think of Destiny. Especially that mission we had to kill the worm. Reminds me of the queen the queen bug reminds me of the worm. I still remember being disappointed by that mission. They built up this worm like it was so powerful and scary, and then we ended it in like minutes. And I'm like, what? I thought this thing was supposed to be a problem. The queen bug in Fortnite also reminds me of the parasite queen from Metroid Prime 2. Oh. 2 as in T-O-O, not the number 2. The English language, I tell ya. Let's see, how would Shadow sit on a log? Haven't played a great deal of Fortnite, but you do jump on when the occasional friend wants to play. That when the Fallout crossover was the thing. Couldn't resist. Was that during the... That was during the Cars one, wasn't it? Saw the... Oh. With that Megalodon guy. Yeah, that was a wild season. I was crazy. It was a little annoying for me because I was always, we were stuck in the car most of the time. I like to move on my own, but that was a wild season. Blowing cars up. Hijacking other people's cars. I like you get those turrets on the top of the car. That was fun. How much you play Fortnite usually depends on the Music Pass. I barely even pay attention to the Music Pass. Out of the people I play Fortnite with, I'm pretty sure I'm the one who has spent the least amount of money. I'm far more selective on the skins and stuff I want to buy. Dipped your toes into the racing stuff to help level. Finally found myself having fun, mostly because I'm not super big on racing. Yeah, I like speed and all that, but I'm not great at racing, so I usually avoid racing games. Make an exception for the Sonic stuff, obviously. But yeah. I have 2 videos on the YouTube channel that will show you why I don't play racing games. For one, I use the wall to turn. I'm not great at turning. That usually kind of slows you down. They're pretty far back. I was playing around in Dirt 3, which is one of Dad's games he had. He likes the racing games, and he rarely plays them anyway. He's been hooked on Fortnite for months. Doesn't play anything else anymore. I've also been playing with Lego Fortnite. Basically this zero build blitz and Lego is what I do anymore. Probably make this log a little more side profile. And it is the break time. See you in a bit. Well, helps if I have my thing. I downloaded those 2 videos. Since they're real short. Oh, what's that? Logic check. Okay. Don't play unless I tell you to. Ah. Back correct. Alright. Where's the music thing? Turn off the music for a moment. And here we go. Yeah, that's all these cars in a nice neat little line, and I just go whoo. So yeah. That's why I don't do racing. And here's the other one. One more time. Door opens, but it closes again. This is why I don't do racing games. At least not traditional racing games. You've seen worse? Well, that's only 2 examples. At least the second one, the door closed again. I recovered. Probably not. Probably not with Fortnite. I haven't been streaming Fortnite anyway, because it's a bit much for me to coordinate playing Fortnite and paying attention to chat at the same time. My brain just don't like doing it. As it is, I don't communicate a whole lot when I am playing with other people. Like I'm pretty quiet on my team unless something needs to be said, and half of the time I'm not saying things either, like telling them that I'm down, because I pay attention to the noise of a teammate being down. So I assume other people are too, but I have thought about doing that with other games though, like Monopoly or Uno or something. That, something simple like that. Yes, it is. It certainly be a hassle to keep up with both, especially with something as fast-paced as Fortnite. I don't know what I'm doing with his feet. Hmm. Ah. Maybe this is just fine. Like it's propped up on the stone. Some little rocks here. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to adjust this the stuff on the canvas again. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. You get sucked in sometimes with playing, and 5 minutes can pass. That's an eternity for some folks. Yep. That's definitely the other thing is if I'm too focused on it, I will just like forget everything else. This, including chat. Alright, let's start the other guy over here. Now I'm sure you can all guess who the one on the right is gonna be, and I'll be right on the first guess. And it's a little big. Let's just get the basic size and placement on the other side here. That should be good enough. Have him sitting up a little more. Actually, he's a little more, kind of a little more broad chested, I think. Hedgehog? There's only one hedgehog here. Bum, 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 bum. It really is easier just to get the right size. Now that's a little too close to the edge there. I have to make it a little closer. Yeah, make it a little closer. It's slightly different from this pose, I guess. Make it fit. Gamma versus beta. Think you've made friends with a local cat every time you stand outside to do a Pokemon raid? Big white cat runs up to and sits next to you? You have been chosen. For what, I don't know, but you have been chosen. Bum 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 bum. Don't I walk past and let me know the cat's name is Casper? We begin to turn around, there's a second white cat. Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Must like to be a mouse up here because there are 12 cats roaming around. Yep. Must suck to be them. Shadow is just peak design. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see. Yes, premium design. That's enough of that. Probably should have got the muzzle shape first. Like a little bit of an outline. Eclipse is also peak design. What? What is that for? Are you saying peak clip? Yeah. Are you saying Eclipse is not peak design? Is that why the fart? To keep the fire lit. Oh, 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 oh. Oh man. I mean, that's one way to do it. Not sure I'd recommend it, but you know. Do, 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 do. Do, do, Shrink that a bit. Do, 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 do. Thank you, thank you. Great music. Do, do. Bum, 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 bum. Do. Whoop. I love making s'mores. What software do I use? Procreate on the iPad. Doo-doo. That wrist looks a bit, owie. I can do it, but slightly, that's a little more comfortable looking. The marshmallow roasting getting a little out of hand. Always prefer your food be on the crispy side? Well, it depends on what I'm eating, but I do like the crispy. I prefer it when my marshmallows look like Anakin at the end of Revenge of the Sith. Near the end of the Revenge of the Sith. Like Anakin on Mustafar. Eat pizza even when it's charcoal. Now that I won't. I won't do. Ah. Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna have to look up a side view reference. Which you think I would just have on hand, but Revenge of the Sith is just pure cinema. No matter how many times I watch him, always hoping Anakin doesn't turn to the dark side. He never listens. Never listens. Never listen. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Do I have any ready side view references? No. We'll have to look for them, I guess. Ah. I guess there's one. Oh, yeah. Why must I always be so tired? I took a nap. I took a nap. Well, sort of a nap. I was kind of conscious the whole time. It was nap-ish. Uh, got to where I couldn't really move much, like when you're sleeping, but I was still aware of everything. It's kind of weird, but happened sometimes. Heavy it is to be the world's sleepiest creature, yes. Oh, to be a chow and not have responsibilities. Alright, I'll wait here as comes the problem. What to do with the other hand? With the other arm? Like, I need more than just his eyes open like this. Doesn't have to be quite that. Alright, yeah, this side reference I found has similar expression what I'm going for anyway. I need energy. I will start chewing on batteries. I can't recommend that. You know, legally, I can't recommend that. Go and tell it I'm still listening. I wonder if there's an actual setting I can do to get rid of that. Yes, I had seen about that earlier. The shadow flush was revealed for that Sonic X Sanrio thing. Wow. I really been into Hello Kitty stuff. I had one Hello Kitty thing as a kid, and it was a scrunchie. And for some reason, I decided that I should um disassemble the scrunchie and stuff it full of stuffing to make a long, like, stick, I guess, and slap people with it. Uh-huh, uh-huh. I made a plushy weapon. I did. Oh, here's a scrunchie. I should make it into something I can hit people with. That's not concerning at all. Sewed them together like Siamese twin. Oh my. I assume you meant sewed, not showed. Uh, she's not related to Sid, is she? Your autocorrect is out to get you? Yeah, autocorrect really annoys me all the time. Sometimes it corrects when I don't even misspell something. It's just thinks it knows better as to what word I wanted to use. Like, no, you stop that. Always making your bracelets, that's nice. I've made jewelry over the years, but I've kind of quit after a while because I don't wear half of it most of the time, and I was making stuff trying to sell it, but could never really get anything sold. I was trying to make and sell necklaces with interchangeable pendants before they started doing all those interchangeable bracelet things, but I just couldn't get anything sold, really. Never easy selling products. Trying the same thing, mostly earrings. Yeah, it's hard selling stuff. And a lot of times with the stuff I try to do, I'm early and no one's interested. But by the time I give up, someone else has already made it work, and it's too late for me. So I was using, the magnetic clasps for the necklaces. I was using those to be able to interchange pendants on a necklace. That way you could have the rest of the necklace is the same, but you just change which pendant you wanted. I honestly have no idea what it's like to ship anything to the UK at the moment. Never had never had to yet. That'd definitely be something I figure out as it happens. So much to keep track of. Well, I would appreciate it. What I would have to do is package the thing, take it to the post office, and ask them, how much is going to be? What else? Anything else I got to do? Then after that, I would actually know about what it would cost, because I haven't the slightest idea. I know it's not going to be cheap, that's for sure. Not cheap shipping within the US. It, it keeps getting more and more expensive, and they keep doing a worse and worse job. Like you pay to have it shipped a certain number of days, and it might get there in that time. It might not. There's no real guarantee, and it's just then why have it? If you can't ship it in that many days, then why have the option? And a lot of times they don't even get it shipped well. They drop it where you're not supposed to drop it. It gets messed up. It's just sometimes it gets lost. There's one thing I do not understand the concept of, and that's paying to ensure the value of your package. Like, if you can't get it from point A to point B, why am I paying you at all? Why do I have to pay extra in case you can't do your job? Like, if I was personally responsible for transporting something and I wasn't able to get it to there properly, I would be, replacing it, or at least, reimbursing and paying, I would be responsible for it. Whether, just, it feels like a racket. Feels like a scam. I can understand the some fact of, factors being uncontrollable. I just don't understand the concept of pay us extra just in case we can't get it there kind of thing. Yeah, I think these vlogs are at not quite the right angle for this, for their way they're sitting. More like that. Had a friend send you Twinkies in the mail? Now that's a friend. So I'm not much for Twinkies. I'd rather have like ding dongs or Swiss rolls. Never had ding dong? Possible get US snacks here, they just aren't very common. And ding dongs are quite nice. They're chocolate. Got that hard chocolate on the outside. I don't eat that stuff very much anymore. Costs too much money. It may be cool, but drawing his little mantle thing, the thing around his neck and over his shoulders can be a pain depending on the angle, side angle especially. It's like, what is this even supposed to look like? It's break time coming up again. Seen a few. Really hope I can at least get the main sketch of this down tonight. Alright. Let's see. Ding. So go back to shadow. So I figure out what to do with his other arm and leg. What's tonight's choice of beverage? Uh, Water, actually. Yeah, especially when you don't care too much for water in the first place. But I kind of have to be constantly drinking something. I've always got something with me throughout the day to drink.
𝗖𝗛𝗟𝗑𝗦 really starting to take shape now. Good work.
Thank you. Thank you. You just want extra fruit, Quartz. Trying to butter me up. A buttered cinder is a happy cinder, but also tasty. Hey now. Don't be getting any ideas there. I am not on the menu. Shadow is exasperated and wondering why he agreed to this. Marshmallows are the selling point for him. Shadow's marshmallow will be the perfect golden brown because you know that's exactly what he would do. Perfect precision, that's what he'd go for. Meanwhile, Eclipse has no idea what he's doing. Gets the marshmallow way too close. Anytime I leave the house to meet friends, I'm always so excited for the food. Yes, food, food, food. Ah, the conveyor belt thing. Yes, I've heard of those. That's just what I need. Them to bring food to me. Have it always circling in front of me. Wonder if I should stream the other Hyrule Warriors games before the new one comes out. Though I'd have to buy them. That's piqued my stomach and I'm gonna grab some cereal. Talking about food always makes you hungry. What kind of cereal? Why? What was that for? Just to make sure I'm awake? Well, I'm kind of awake. I'm awake enough. Yes. So long as I get to bed not long after stream instead of continuing to stay up and do things. I get distracted. It's hard for me to stop. You say that and it's nearly 4 a.m. for you. What are you doing awake? Your brain is just full of bees? Well, you might want to get that looked at. You might need to get a bee-ectomy. You're not supposed to have bees in your brain. If you've got bees in your brain, does that mean you have a hive mind? A bee-ectomy. Yes, you're supposed to do share hive mind with some of your autistic friends. Sometimes it feels like neurotypicals have a hive mind, and that's why they expect us to be able to read their minds. It's like they all know when someone is on the spectrum without knowing it, they just treat us differently, yes. There have been studies that they can tell a difference like in seconds. So it's frustrating, and it's like how do you combat that? How do you deal with that? Yep, yep. My bullies knew I was different. I don't know. You had your hair set on fire 2 times? Oh my. No one ever did that to me. It was mostly verbal stuff and just excluding from being excluded from the group kind of thing. Yeah, but yeah. Uh, that would not have gone well. Yeah, I think some of them knew better than to try and actually fight me because of how I was in gym class. I was a bit rough. Yes. Different experiences, that's for sure. I was a bit aggressive in gym class, so they probably knew better than to try anything like that. But that didn't keep them from being mean in other ways. Nowadays, Problem usually is I'm practically invisible everywhere I go. People run into me, run me over kind of thing, like I don't exist, or they just ignore my presence when I need something. Like when I go into a store, they have those door greeters. Almost never do I actually get greeted. I tried to make a whole new word. Oh, thank you. There was one time one of the greeters, did a little their greeting thing, and I went to do the return greeting, only to find out that they were greeting person behind me. I was in between the greeter and the person the greeter was greeting, and I was being completely ignored. And it's like, how do you look through somebody, over somebody to do that? And it's like, well, excuse me. Makes me feel like I could be a good spy because no one would pay attention to me. We're supposed to be the socially awkward ones. Yes. As far as I'm concerned at this point, all that stuff about the social skills thing is just gaslighting. They don't want to admit that they got all these weird rules and are hypocritical about things, so they're just gonna blame it on us. Plus, there's the other factor of a lot of us get um ostracized from the group at a young age. So it's like, when were we supposed to learn these social skills again? How are we supposed to learn these when they don't let us socialize in the first place? So it's just, a lot of things going against us, and you know, we get the blame for it instead of the actual problem, which is just people in general being goobers. And it's propaganda. And it sounds wild, but like, what's one of the things we do? What's one of our chief things? Asking questions. We ask too many questions. People, people of authority don't like it when you ask too many questions. So they gotta put us down somehow by gaslighting us, making people think we don't know what we're doing. Arrived late to the party since I was diagnosed last year and realizing I don't know anyone autistic in town. Let's see, how old? I was a little younger than that, I believe. It was 10 years ago, actually. Well, it will be 10 years ago coming December. And have since realized most of my family is autistic too. Like going back to great grandparents, even like the great grandma who collected nothing but elephants. It's like, yeah, probably. Never even occurred to me until best friend and previous partner said, yeah, you're definitely autistic. You see, what set me on the road to autism and ADHD was a Tumblr post about Michelangelo the turtle having ADHD. That's what started me on the journey. A Tumblr post about Michelangelo, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Yeah, I was just reading through it. I'm like, uh-oh. Uh, I do all that. So, very interesting way to start that out. Previously, I had been blaming all my various issues on my head injuries. But, there's I got other things originally, and then the head injuries made some things worse, like the memory issues. Funny how it starts. Got here because I started dating someone from Michigan who was really into Elden Ring. Ah, and it's like I'm really into Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm gonna have to adjust these guys just a little bit more so the fire's a little. Yeah, they need to spread them out. Spread these guys out. Spread the items out. I'm ready to adjust Shadow's legs and feet for the position. So used to being surrounded by mountains and valleys, it was mind blowing to see how flat things were. And yep, it's pretty flat, you know, except for the potholes. Ah, that part's not flat. Some of them could qualify for valleys themselves. Feel more at home if I climbed in the pothole. Ah, ah. Once again, what do I do with his arm? I always struggle with, okay, what do I do with the other arm now? I have no idea. Maybe just on the tree trunk, I guess. On the log. Why did I say tree trunk? I suppose it could be the trunk, but no, probably not. Are we holding his knee? I don't really want to erase that. Which is the other problem I usually have. It's like, I got all this done, and like, I put it there, but then everything I just did has to be erased. Especially when I like how it looks. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I'll just stick it on the log. I can stick it like up here, maybe like his hands up in kind of a panic, like what do I do? It's on fire. I need to at least finish his tail in here. Get his tail in here. Which it should probably be up, be out of surprise. This little barb on his tail would be pretty useful. Could use it to slice the bread and then butter the bread. Probably use it as a can opener. Many uses. You know, it slices, it dices. Bee. There, I think that's done enough for the sketch. Adjustments will have to be made before I can finish it, but there. Thank you, thank you. It's a Eclipse is a chubby lizard baby. I'm not sure how he's really supposed to be intimidating. He's a little chubby lizard baby. You love lizards? Once had a gecko on your hand? It's so small, yes. I love geckos, they're so cute. In fact, the way Eclipse's fingers are remind me of geckos because the little And the little pad they got on the fingers. I wish I could have pet lizards, but my room isn't really good for that. I'm like the closest to the central air thing, so I get both the coldest and hottest air out of the register. So in the summer, my room turns into an ice box. In the winter, it's on fire. It's not great for a lizard. We've seen a video where they inflate their molted skin. Looks like they're wearing what? Yes, I have seen this. I've seen it. So funny. Yeah, I've had anoles before, but that's it as far as the lizards go, and they're quite sensitive to temperature shifts. Yeah. Can't quite have one in my room, Dad. I'll just watch other people's lizards in their videos. The room is very cold, but computer turns it into a sauna. Oh my. That's have you cleaned your computer out recently? That's I don't know, I think I'd be concerned if it got that warm from a computer. I don't know. Sometimes my laptop can be hot enough that you could melt cheese on it. That's when I'm doing like the stream and the game and the 3D model at the same time. It didn't, I don't think it did it the other day though. Wow. My new tablet wallpaper, of course. Water cooled, thankfully. You just find me in melted goo, yeah. Like the street lamp. Yep, that's coffee. He's just smelling the coffee beans. This some fancy coffee place. A connoisseur coffee place. Fancy pants coffee place. Meanwhile, I can't stand walking down the coffee aisle because of the smell of it all. It's so strong. And of course, my brother's like, "You smell something down there?" It's like, "Yeah. Your nose is plugged 24/7. You don't smell anything. I smell it all." I get a caffeine buzz just from smelling the coffee. Give you all the coffee you need to be fast. I'm fast enough without the coffee. I put too much cinnamon on something earlier, and it's gotten onto the nozzle of my water bottle, so every time I drink water, I get some cinnamon. I'm like, I'm gonna have to clean that off. Gonna have to clean that off. Starting to realize taking 2 caffeine chewing gums has been a bad idea. I have vastly underestimated. Yeah, that's not a good idea. Shouldn't do that. Don't want too much caffeine, especially at 4 a.m. It's time to go to bed. And it's time to end stream too. Hopefully I can get this finished before summer's too far gone. Oh, you could do this in the early fall too, no problem. But I'm definitely gonna have to shrink them down. Have a little more background in here. It's kind of cramped. We'll attempt to count sheep. I've enjoyed the stream seeing what. Thank you, thank you. And instead of counting sheep, I like to count lamb chops. Tasty lamb chops. Can't afford lamb chops, but you know, I can think about them. There are sheep outside? Well, don't tell them about me. Welcome to chase them for some lamb chops. Nom, 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 nom. I better get to bed before I start drooling too much. Thank y'all for coming. I'll see you next time. Good night, good night, good night. See ya. Bye bye. Go to bed.